One last thing I'll get in, and then we'll check people on the phone lines. I'll double check because he might be with us, and I don't want to take away from his observation because this is not my analysis. I think I've been pretty consistent for years, probably dating back to 2014. I don't watch these incidents. I think that might have been the last time. I don't pay attention to these enforcement officer shootings. These events are going to happen. I don't check all the details. I don't want to know all about George Floyd's family history and, you know, what he did in elementary school. And get to me when they get to, you know, the officer has been exonerated. Sometimes with the Ferguson style, we're not even gonna have a trial. You know, not even gonna indict. Moving forward.
You know what I mean? So it's like I mean, I just feel like that's why I think there's no solution, because we're mismatched. We're not supposed to be in this place. We're not supposed to be here with y'all. Like, y'all supposed to be doing y'all thing. We supposed to be doing our thing. The Umbrito's supposed to be doing their thing over there in North America. Like, we didn't even know they was over there. The East Asians supposed to be doing their thing over there. The goddamn Melanesians supposed to be doing their thing down in Papua New Guinea and all that shit. And everybody's just supposed to be doing their thing. And now we're all forced into one world together, but the framework of that world was built by Europeans. And now it's like everybody, we're not even, what are we doing here? We used to be in little groups, beefing with each other, killing each other, you know, doing a little raiding each other for slaves, doing this stuff and yada, yada, yada. Little tiny groups too. Not nations, not states. These little African tribes with 5,000 people here, 2,000 people here. Maybe a big tribe would be like 10,000, 8,000 here. You know what I'm saying? Yada, yada. The African population exploded after colonization. Once we got their medicine, their farming techniques, their more efficient farming techniques, their medicine saved a lot of lives and all that stuff. Their religion, Christianity, saved a lot of lives because Christianity stopped all the killing of slaves. Like when the master died, you killed all of his slaves, or there would always be human sacrifices. Christianity stopped all of that stuff. So did Islam. Islam stopped a lot of that stuff before Christianity. So it's like a lot of these things that came in made the African population explode. Africa was not populated like it is now back in those days. Africa was good.
Yeah, I was listening to that book, and one of the things that stood out to me is the Sun Man sits around and is served by the woman, and the women do all the tasks in the village, water and all that kind of stuff. And they basically, all they are is the marshal service. They'll go out and fight. But when they're not fighting, they're sitting around milling the breeze.
The women in those African cultures, the women, even till today, the ones that are still at that level, that haven't advanced, the women do everything. Like I'm talking about, they carry these big pails of water on their heads. Like they do know how to balance that shit on their head like a big drum of water. Shit might weigh a fucking 200, 300 pounds. And women are just walking around with that shit on their head. They go down to the well, they fill it up, and they bring it back to the house. They cook the food, they do everything, they take care of the children, they do everything. The men just sit around and chill. And then now, now that the men have been colonized over there in Africa, they don't even fight. They just full-time sit around and chill. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like back in the tribal days, pre-colonial era, where, you know, at least the men would go fight the other tribe or, you know, protect from the other tribe. Now that their colonization came, the men don't do anything. If you can hear it, we can hear it. If you can hear it, we can hear it. The men don't do anything. That's something that happens. Yeah, it's very. Let me see. Okay, so they want day, man. They want day. The people want day, man. I gotta bring day up, man. People have asked for day. They asked.
But I also think too. Is that when a society loses its goals and it also loses law and order, this is what we have as well. Because I remember at one time, even over there in Europe, for instance, in England, they had a large number of criminals. And what did they do? They rounded them up, a lot of them. They sent them to Australia. So I think as our society also has lost its religion, because like you said, Christianity helped civilize actually the Western world in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
We've lost our way in our society as well. We've lost, and along with loss of that comes a loss of order. Because if you have a religion, whether you have Christianity or Islam or Judaism or whatever, it's still a patriarchal base where men are the protector and there's order. You have wife and you have children, and you're also held accountable for your actions. There's a higher power that you're held accountable for. We've lost all that. They've eliminated that. So
I think that what you're saying is cool.
Let me know, and we'll see how it all shakes out at the end. But victim of white supremacy, who is overseas, Norway, I believe, Anders Breivik. He's been on the program before, listener. He communicated with me yesterday, and he said that he did some research, because they're paying attention to this case all over the world. He said he did some research, and it seems that it was reported that Mr. Floyd had done work, pornography work at some point. I don't know how much, but this is what's been reported. And in fact, it was reported that he may have worked at some, I don't know, stripper club, sex type club, something like this. Again, our listener, victim, he can give all the great details, but he was just sharing it. I'm paraphrasing as best I can. But apparently, the suspected race soldier who murdered Mr. Floyd, Derek Chauvin, if I'm saying it correctly, he may have known George Floyd and may have known him from this, environment of pornography and sexual conduct. He may have known him from this. And the victim, he was theorizing that if he did, wow, you talk about white genetic annihilation, that might have, been in his brain computer when it's, oh, there's that nigger with the penis. White genetic, that subconsciously, consciously, he was saying this. He felt some type of way about that because some people, with the sex thing, like, what are you talking about? And, what does that have to do with anything? You're talking crazy. I said, wow, Dr. Welsing did talk about that quite a bit. Like, man, this is before Dylan Roof. She talked about that quite a bit. I said, number one, Dylan Roof, he said before he commenced with his terrorist act, you all rape our women. He went right to the genital level, and Dr. Welsing talked about that explicitly. That's in the archives. She was on the program, as I said, the day after his shooting. You just heard in the audio segment her theory. Perhaps some of these shootings are increasing because whites are seeing more white women with black males. She said that explicitly in the audio you just heard, and I think I told the victim that Dr. Welsing talked about that a number of times in theorizing that seeing all that on television, seeing that in real life, that might be angering. That might be a part of what they call this white rage. Isn't that Carol Anderson's book? That might be a part of it. The response, we got to kill more black males. The Obama, we got to buy more guns. Isn't that what they just did? April and May, got to buy more guns, got to buy more guns. I thought that was important. I might have not done justice to articulating the full nature of what this victim in Norway was articulating. Hopefully, if he's with us, we'll get him on the line and he can share it himself. But yeah, doctor, I thought that was important. She did talk about that. And like I said, man, you thought she talked about it right there. That's 2014. Wait till a summer later when the Dylan Roof thing. She started talking about it even more because of what he said. Cowbell. Man, last thing I'll get in. The cowbell. If you listen to the full program from that August 24th visit with Dr. Welsing, wowee, the cowbell rang a number of times for a number of reasons. We even had a caller. She dialed in and said she was talking to Dr. Welsing and blah, blah, blah. Grandsister, blah, 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 okay. Gus, what does that cowbell mean? I meant to ask about that. Gave my snicker. Don't explain that. It's in the archives. You'll be able to listen and figure it out. But yes, it was 4 hours of very constructive content. I'm so thankful Dr. Welsing was so generous with her time to hang out and that we had the ability to make that program happen. And I'm so thankful that I did not lose anything or destroy the files or what have you to be able to go back and dig. I'm not even sure if that one was re-uploaded because I had to repost lots and lots of content that got taken down. So I'm not even sure if that one was easily accessible. Folks, I guess, can let me know. But we'll hit the phone lines. The number is 605-313-5164. The code 564943 pound. Press star 61 if you would like to participate. I guess I'll say 2,000 programs. We should say we are listener supported. Counter Racist Radio, if you think we have been constructive. 2,000 plus broadcasts, 31 of them with Dr. Welsing. Some of them worth a revisit. Invest, you can hit the blog racism-notes.blogspot.com. racism-notes.blogspot.com. PayPal button is in the top right corner. Also on Cash App, the address cash.app. Excuse me, it's cashapp.com. There we go. cashapp.com/the cows. Much obliged to all the folks who have invested over the years. I hope the program has been and continues to be worthy of your time and energy. Super grateful to all the folks who have invested even during the crisis. Lord knows nickels could be going to lots of things: hand sanitizer, toilet paper, firearms. You can also hit the wish list at Amazon. It's under Gus T. Renegade. Much obliged, folks who have nabbed items 11 plus years. Hopefully, the cows has been worthy of your time and energy and provided constructive, accurate information, counter-racist suggestions on the best things to do to solve the problem. I'll nab folks on the line again, just saying I hope. Strikes me regularly in the system of white supremacy, we're not able to build on information, like coming to conclusions. Dr. Kanban said that you come to conclusions and incorporate your conclusion as you move forward. You check to make sure it's still valid, but you got to make conclusions. Sometimes we have to make conclusions on the best ways to respond to racism and even acute incidents of white supremacy racism like these police shootings. Have to come to conclusions on what is the best expenditure of time and energy. You can't just keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
But nowadays, shit, you never know. But yeah, I got this South Carolina story queued up. But yeah, we lit. We lit tonight. You know what I mean? We lit.
Ack was just saying he wouldn't be surprised if there was another mass shooting, and then you come up in here saying there was another one. And oh man,
my nigga. Yo, it's fucking crazy.
Shootings reported in America this weekend in New York, South Carolina, and Pennsylvania. An urgent manhunt is underway at this hour for the gunman who opened fire during a huge party at an Airbnb in Pittsburgh. At least 2 people were killed, 13 injured. Video.
God damn. I mean,
Airbnb.
Fuck out.
Airbnbs again.
God damn it.
Shows panic inside the house. At least 90.
They fucking it up. Honestly, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. They fucking it up. Now, how are niggas gonna get an Airbnb?
The bang, 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 bang. We looked out the window and people were running out the door and screaming, yelling, crying. And my wife, I said, get away from the window.
Innocent people were struck. We're sick about it, and we're gonna do everything we can to get those responsible for it.
Authorities tonight saying they have not yet made any arrests. Chaos also erupting at this mall in Columbia, South Carolina. 9 people shot, 5 others were injured when police believe an ongoing conflict between at least 2 suspects resulted in an exchange of gunfire. The Easter weekend shootings coming on the heels of the random mass shooting in Brooklyn Tuesday that left 10 people shot, and underscores nationwide concerns over gun violence.
No, I say over and over again, there are many rivers that feed the sea of violence. This is a national issue. It's not a red state, blue state.
Mass shootings, defined as when 4 or more people are shot in a single incident, are up 66% in the last 2 years.
Already more than 130 mass shootings in the U.S. here this year.
What percentage of those 130 mass shootings in the U.S. are from Super Gremlins. Please, I would like to know in the chat, what do y'all think? What percentage of these mass shootings, 130 mass shootings in the U.S., what percentage of those come from these Super Gremlins on Demon Time?
And Mona Kosar Abdi joins us now. Mona, Airbnb released a statement regarding the early morning shooting in Pittsburgh. What are they saying?
Lindsay, Airbnb says they have a strict no party policy and have banned that booking guest for life. They also say they are considering legal options to hold them accountable. Lindsay?
Mona, thank you.
So
they're blocked. Problem solved, right? They're blocked.
Yeah, they just gonna get another motherfucker to do that shit. But okay, so this is updates on the South Carolina shooting. Hold on, they finna start. What up?
Oh, no, go ahead, let it play.
This is the same video. I was just finna read this article.
Well, check this out though. What's the number you just gave for mass shootings?
130 or 133, something like that. What they
Well, on the site that I follow on Twitter, Mass Shooting Tracker, and I mean they're extremely accurate. They say it's 171. With the latest one being in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, today, where 4 people were shot and injured in a neighborhood called Fairhill, and there was 147 minutes ago in Nevada, Las Vegas, where 2 adults and 2 minors were shot at a house party in North Las Vegas 47 minutes ago. And then 56 minutes ago, there was a mass shooting in Sacramento where 1 was killed and 3 were injured. So I think you guys don't understand how fluid this situation is. This is a fluid situation. And 1 hour ago, there was a mass shooting in Paw Paw, Michigan, outside of a sports bar. Then 8 hours ago, there was the one in Furman. So there's been since the last one that we're covering here, there's been 4 mass shootings.
And this one in South Carolina just happened at a restaurant in South Carolina.
Oh, there's another one?
Yeah, it says at least 9 people have been shot at South Carolina restaurant, according to the police. The shooting occurred Sunday morning at Cara's Lounge in Furman, South Carolina, located about 50 miles northwest of Columbia, according to the South Carolina State Law Enforcement Division, which received a request from the Hampton County Sheriff's Office to lead the investigation. The circumstances leading to the shooting are not clear. Police did not immediately release further information.
So what happened this morning?
Yeah.
I think that's the one. I think I was aware of that one, but
okay.
That the 4 I just mentioned, though, the thing
that was the second one in South Carolina in the last 2 days.
Exactly. And everyone's on, if you go on Twitter, they're talking about the NRA. Like 90% of the tweets. If any of y'all, if you're going on Twitter later on and y'all check this out, 90% of the tweets on Twitter are bashing the NRA.
Dude, I literally went to like a mass for like Easter and shit, and they were like, it was like security guards wearing NRA hats. And I guarantee none of them motherfuckers have been involved in no mass shootings or shootings that weren't in a self-defense situation. Like any member of the NRA is going to be most likely a responsible gun owner. That's just the facts.
Exactly. They're not going to be doing some stupid shit. But check out this kid. Hold on. Let me switch this other one. This kid who did the mass shooting. Who's been arrested for the one. It's the mall shooting. So we got the first one in South Carolina in the last 24 hours. The kid was arrested for the mall shooting. This kid right here, Jermaine. They said
Jermaine Price.
They say he looked like Stacey Abrams.
I thought he was a woman for a second.
Yo, this nigga got 3 necks officially.
Yeah, he
it ain't
even
no question. Oh,
he's
God.
A big boy. And apparently, he's been in trouble before. I know. Don't.
Of course.
No way.
Yeah, I know it's a shock.
Get out of here.
Hey, them niggas on some gangster shit out there in South Carolina. I know you heard about. Well, this is North Carolina, but the baby shit getting ran in.
Yeah, definitely, man. I definitely heard about that. That was. I commend him for not killing that brother, but
absolutely.
But I definitely heard about that. He has a lot of altercation, man. Like, God, wasn't the bowling alley just like a couple
the
months?
bowling alley.
Like,
that was
like,
literally 2 months ago.
maybe six a year, 6 of these things a year, man. But yeah, he's a wild boy. But that also you have to understand too, like he they're coming at him too. He's not always the aggressor in his he's aggressive.
Oh yeah.
In the design, about 50%. About 50% design.
Right.
He's the.
They definitely coming for him.
But when he's the victim, he's never really the victim. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
he always wins, which is like kind of scary because it's like he gotta lose one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. He gotta. Honestly, he should move out of the country, do a Europe tour for about like a whole year, and learn the landscape, and just stay in Europe. Honestly, he would.
What country would you say he stayed in? Not England, right?
Nah, hell no. It's too many niggas. Somewhere where it's like not a lot of activity, not a lot of super gremlin activity. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, he got to go somewhere where pretty much he's starting a whole new life, honestly.
And where would you suggest? I mean, like, I'm not even trying to be funny, man. Like, where? Because they're letting immigrants. These immigrants are coming over there.
Body posturing that resulted in killing this black male. In fact, I know from 2014. We talked about some of the symbolism that was happening at the protest, because in 2014 it was hands up, don't shoot. They were doing, because they were saying Michael Brown had his hands up, and we were just saying, what is that? Like, I don't even understand, like, any of it, the kneeling, any of it. Just, I think there are many other constructive things that we could be doing. The die-ins, remember they were doing that? I saw some of that today. They started that in 2014. They were just going loud in the street. I'm Ezell Ford. I'm Michael Brown. I'm Sandra Bland. I'm just going loud in the street for 5 minutes. Like, lots more construct, and particularly, you're telling me that a white person in a system of racism, white supremacy, the most constructive thing you can do if you're against racism, rolling around in the street, throwing a pile of rocks, making a sign that says Black Trans Lives Matter. They got to add a word in. That's the best you can do to solve this problem. And a high five and a right on. Got that one. And they did that before too. They did that at Ferguson. Remember, they had the white police officer. He was going around giving people hugs. They had a big photo op where he hugged a little black boy and he was crying and all that. They got all this. White people got extensive code on how to handle the rioting Negro. They got that on lock.
Motherfucker said Russia.
Right, send them to the Ukraine and shit.
Send him to the Ukraine. Hey, that nigga would be a star in the Ukraine.
He would fight. Yeah, he would.
Yeah,
he know what to do with a gun.
Right.
They need people like that.
People saying Iceland.
Oh
Iceland.
God, do you know Iceland had one murder last year?
Did someone fall down the stairs by accident and they counted it as a murder? That's the closest thing to murder there.
Yeah.